All okay, man. Yep.
Yes. I want to welcome you all to the You Wasn't Outside podcast on the Grown Folks Podcast Network. I'm one of your hosts, not doing the most normal as Carl. To my front, I have my man at Just Lex. And if you notice, especially for you YouTube listeners out there, Juicy J is not here right now. So also on that original take, I wanted to let y'all know that she called in and said that she wasn't going to be able to make it. Gave me a story. It's her daughter's birthday. Right when I read that, I said nothing else matters in what she talks about because happy birthday, Jaylee.
Carl in the mix.
So, with that being said,
Carl and Just Lex.
If she was here, she'd get you for cutting me off. But yeah, so it's her daughter's birthday, so she's not gonna make it. I mean, shit. The what I pay her, I don't think is worth her coming here at that time, which is absolutely nothing. So go be with your family. Like podcasting, that absolutely comes second. Lex, how you been, bro? What's going on?
Same old. Another week, another W. You know,
living a good life.
You can say that, I guess.
I saw you guys were out and about yesterday. Where'd y'all go to?
We was out and about yesterday.
Yeah, you had some video clips. Are you doing the old thing?
These are old. That was like a week or two ago.
What are you like? You're moving into like an influencer stage.
No, I'm just keeping everybody.
No, that's not current. Don't say that. It's like 2 weeks old. I thought you went to one yesterday. I was like, oh,
nah.
Okay.
No,
where was the location?
That was at the Spirit Halloween store.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They had like a whole little thing set up. So I was like, oh shit.
Did you buy anything?
Nah, we were just getting ideas of what they wanted to be.
Have you thought about what their costumes and shit gonna be right now?
I thought for sure, like I was in there like, damn, we old, because like all the like YouTube characters, like random YouTube people and whatever are like the big costumes right now.
Like what? Like Kai Cenat?
No, not like streamers. I mean like YouTube things, like things that I saw that I thought were like banned from YouTube or something. I thought it was like underground. Like they were, what's that thing called? Like Oogie Woogie? Nah, something. There's something on it was supposed to scare little kids. And I'm like, hey, y'all shouldn't be watching this. And then there was like a thing about it. And then I walk in the store and they got him as a costume. And then they got like a whole set of characters from this thing. Like, oh, that's his girlfriend. That's his brother.
Oh, they know?
That's his ball. Yeah. And that whole little skibbity toilet thing with that little scary face popping out the toilet, that's a costume.
That's crazy.
And
are you dressing up this year?
I don't know.
What you be? You still got young kids and shit, man.
I do got young kids.
Yeah, that don't mean you're not going to get
dressed. If we
dressed.
do a family type of costume, then yeah, I can do that. But
you're not going out on the solo, like getting you a little mask? You ain't even got a throwaway mask?
I ain't done that in a couple years. I'm gonna get back to it eventually.
I'm talking shit, but I'm not getting dressed.
The problem is G always want to be more or less the same thing, and it's irritating.
Like what?
Like he just wants to be a cop all the time.
Again?
And he plays a cop every day of his life.
Have we addressed this with him?
Yeah.
like what's the issue?
I don't know.
You just really want to protect and serve, huh?
And the wild part was the cop outfit he looked at this year was even crazier because it was...
And the little tactical shit?
No. He already did that.
Hey, misplacing our government funds.
No.
He needs a grenade launcher.
This costume was... He was... you know those costumes where you're wearing like the feet and then so it's like two different people and you're one person and there might be something behind you like the dinosaur costume or whatever?
Yeah.
This costume is that, but he's the inmate, and then there's a cop behind him, hemming him up. And I was like, gee, you are not about to be this.
What location were you at?
I was in...
East County, Rancho San Diego?
They made the cop black. I was like, I bet y'all did.
Oh, can you imagine? Like, whoever made that in the board meeting... was like, if we make him black, it should be a little bit better. Not if another black boy is in there, though.
If I still have it in my phone,
I'm calling the police officer behind him, maybe Uncle Tom or something.
If I still have it in my phone, I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah.
That shit, I was like, gee, why?
I believe it.
He's
Wait a
like,
minute, did he put it on or he just pointed it out?
just the picture.
How would you feel? He's like, can I try it on real quick?
Nah, because every year as a cop, I think he was a SWAT team. He was a regular cop. I think he took a year off.
He switched to the inmates now? He played football
no,
1 year.
I think he saw the cop.
He would be Tyreek Hill bad.
I don't think he realized what it was. I don't think he realized what he was doing.
Yeah.
But it's like you just want to be a cop all the time. And he said that even those years, like I feel like most parents know like your kids got like them cute years.
He don't even remember like the whole situation going down and shit in general.
The whole situation.
Like in regards to him, was there any like involvement with him? Is there a reason why there's an infatuation there?
Oh, no, I think he just, I don't know, just him. He likes to tell on everybody. He tells on himself.
Damn.
He has a
real honor.
Cop energy.
Bro needs to play golf. It's a lot of honesty in golf. It's just you out there. I be looking at dudes like, oh, the ball moves.
I'm testing him this week too because I told him, I was like, hey man, can I tell you a secret?
And what he said?
I'm gonna see how long it takes to get back to me.
Yeah, I'm good. These kids be saying my little code to the door out loud.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, what's wrong with y'all?
Hey, he goes up to, hey, you know my mom's password to my phone? It's blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
yeah. That's crazy.
Just to do it.
Hey, and his thing is he not really even engaged when he's saying it. He just felt like having short conversation.
He just like, yeah, he needs something to talk about, and he's like, oh, I got something in the tuck.
I got some heat.
I got something in the tuck, and then he'll bring something up we already talked about.
Yeah. Okay.
Where did this come from?
Do you have a plan this fall to keep your tan?
I mean, it's still 95 degrees, right?
Let me ask you, are you against going to like a tanning salon?
Yes.
Why?
The same way.
It ain't real?
Yeah, it ain't real, man. No BBLs over here.
Man, that's crazy.
Not need the BBL tan. I'm going to get BBL in the eyes.
Like, if I bought that for you as a birthday present, would you use it?
A trip to a tanning salon?
Yeah.
Nah, it got something else in there? Like a massage or something?
Nah, I don't know. There ain't no salon at that point. You looking for some help.
I'm going to see if I get a little... Nah. Does the Invisalign count as a teeth BBL?
No. I wanted to see if
it's still my natural teeth. I'm not
getting... if you had to go to a tanning salon, you wearing shorts or spandex?
Spandex.
Okay. All right. Goggles over the eye for sure?
I'm assuming that's a safety measure.
Yeah. Definitely need that. You oiling up? Or I gotta say like this, oiling up?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I might have to do that as a gag gift, and then you go at your leisure.
I'm gonna use it because I don't like wasting shit.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking that. Like,
but I feel like that's dangerous to you. Like, don't they got science behind that now? Like, tanning beds is like hella bad.
That was stop you with the sun. Shit,
no, that's different. That's good old vitamin D.
Okay.
I'm sunscreened up, all that. Like, I'm careful. I got a lot more spots on me than I used to.
I mean,
but
you
we'll
still
get
had
there.
the burns on the legs, though. It's like, yo, you can...
that's different. That was a one-time mistake that I'm paying the rest of my life.
Hit those thighs.
That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Yeah.
See, I'm trying.
It's good. Relax. Yeah. You're trying to get what? There you go. I know. It's cool. I'm
trying to get the Hoochie Daddy shorts more into my rotation so I can get it further and further above the knee. But and given my newer circumstances coming up, I'm gonna be getting rid of some. I'm gonna be retiring some of these clothes
that you got
that I've been holding on to.
Okay,
like the around the house shirts and shorts or whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
Like I might hold on to these just because the colors, but like these is like 17 years old.
It's time.
And they still going strong. The Nike thing ain't faded or nothing. Like, it's high quality.
They don't do that anymore. They don't make them like that. Okay, all right. I'm just checking in on you. Me, nothing really too new. Just a bunch of baseball and golf shit and ripping and running. My daughter started playing basketball. So did Chris.
I seen that. We went to the park right away.
Yeah, you got a good leg up, right? Because right now she's telling me she don't even want to play that because it's too much running. She's like, yo, start asking me about golf even more and more. Like, yo, we going next week Saturday? Like, just let me know.
Basketball is a different type of running.
Yeah, she don't even have the concept right now. What made me mad though is the way my wife had presented it, and she's like, "No, I was like, no, it's too late to save it now. You said it how you said it." She's like, "Oh, she did terrible, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. It's her first game. She, only had 1 week of practice." And I was like, "Yo, what was the score?" She's like 0-0. I was like, "Then how bad did she really do?" In comparison to everyone else.
Sounds like a defensive struggle.
Yeah. Or not. No, I seen the video though. The tape showed clueless. She looked like J.R. Smith when he thought they had a timeout. I was like the whole game. So
they had the hoops hella low.
Yeah.
Where was it? Was that at Southwestern?
She couldn't hit it even then if she wanted to.
Was it at Southwestern?
No, it was. This is at the Y. I won't say which one, but she's at the Y right now. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Nice little sport for her to get into. She's not going to play baseball. I'm not going to even force it. She has no care in the world. And the more that we play ball in the house and the ball hits off her face, I'm like, thank God it wasn't a hard ball, right? So I think we're going to be okay in general. So, We got anything else? Anything else popping that you want to talk about? Before we get into everything?
I don't know. I think I'm chilling. I'm good.
All right, hit my hand claps. Well, since you're here today, and I think that this will be a little bit safer, and then I think we could deal with the repercussions of it from next week, right? But I wanted to ask you, right? Do you think that therapy takes the steam out of people?
The steam. You got to tell me what steam.
So, like, I put it to you like this. Like, I feel like guys that are able to channel their anger and then still be able to, like, perform well at a very high level, right? If you take the steam out of them, right? If they, let's say they're a Draymond Green or something and they like getting into fights with people and all this shit, but then you face, like, league repercussions and now you gotta have an attitude change. Does that take that dog out of you? You know what I mean? Like,
I think it enhances it.
What do you mean? Explain why. Because I feel like if you get a chance to see the other side from people all the time, contain yourself. I feel like if you get a chance to see the other side from people, of like their thoughts, emotions, and shit like that, that would make you be more impartial to whatever they're saying.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about Draymond Green, you're talking about sports specifically. Maybe it could take the steam out of someone if they don't know what they're doing. If they just had anger and that's what they went with and it got them to a certain level. But I think if you know how to control that emotion and you still have it, you might be working through it, but it's still there and you can use it to get there, but also not deal with all the repercussions of having it. Because a lot of those people, you know, they have that chip on their shoulder and they don't deal with it. And yeah, it might take them far in this one lane of their life. But outside of that, they might be miserable. Right? So, yeah, I think if something you're doing specifically relies on anger and it's helping you out, maybe it could. But I think in general, it's going to enhance whatever you're doing.
I think that, like, the hard part for me is that, like, anyone that I've ever seen that was, like, a clinician or something like that, I just felt like they had, like, achieved a level of calmness that only many of us would wish. You know what I mean? But, like, I haven't met too many people that have an athletic background or something like that that are therapists, right? Usually the therapists I run into that teach, like, in academics and shit like that, and I'm saying this from an ignorant standpoint, right? But I'm just saying based on my experiences, the people that I've ran into that, you know, do therapy are, for lack of a better term, like, disengaged from the world, I would say. Like, I feel like they don't bring up sports shit. They don't bring up having, like, cool afternoons and evenings. They'd be, like, really sipping tea on the weekend, grading paper and being happy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, because, and even me, right? Like, I feel like I look at games and life and situations different just based on experience, going through traumatic events and processing them shits with people, you know, over time and the type of work that I do and shit. So it's like, I don't necessarily have the same outlook on the world, too, that I once had.
Right. But I think because you're looking at it as a spectator, you're seeing one specific lane that maybe it's helping them. But if you look at just them as a whole person, I don't see even the happiest person alive that can't benefit from the right therapist.
Okay.
But I don't think, if it's helping you find your calm, your chi or whatever, I think,
which I'm not against.
Yeah, I mean, that can help you direct your steam into something else, or maybe you're driven by anger and not necessarily passion. And so when the anger is worked on, you haven't figured out what you're passionate about. So you don't have anything that riles you up like that to make you go hard, like you have some sort of steam.
It sucks because to be able to give 110% and, like, lock in and shit like that, you kind of have to have, like, a disregard for whatever you're doing at that point. And so that's what I'm saying. Like the thought process of therapy in the first place under some, you know, modalities, like, for example, cognitive behavioral therapy, like thinking before your actions, right? But, like, in a sports sense or a competition sense, in anything, it doesn't even have to be just sports, right? Like, reaction to things is champion. right? Whereas therapy teaches you to dig a little deep and look inside for, things that work.
Yeah, but CBT, the way that works is not necessarily thinking
and
before.
When I say that, did I say cognitive behavioral therapy?
Yeah, you said that's why you said it right. So now I can proceed by just saying CBT. It's more helping you control the reaction to what's happening, not necessarily thinking before you're reacting. And that's the most important thing you can do, especially in something like sports, right? If I was telling the story to Zeke because he threw an interception at a scrimmage, right? And it was the end of the world to him. I was like, man, it's a scrimmage. This shit don't even count. Like, chill out.
Right.
And I told him the story. I said, hey, when I played flag football, my very first throw ever was a pick six. And, and not even just him, but
look how it stuck with you.
No, but because back then I didn't have anybody to you have to, the things I tell about them is you guys have the talent. It's all mental to get to that next level. And one of the big things I see a lot of these kids is they get stuck on the mistake. And I know that because I took that shit all the way to adulthood and just now got to it. So I just preach short-term memory. You drop the ball, forget about it. If you keep thinking about that drop, you're going to keep dropping it. You keep thinking about that pick, you're going to keep throwing it. You gotta forget it. When Steph Curry's in a slump, he going to keep shooting. He ain't thinking about that last miss, but the ones you can tell thinking about that miss, it keeps happening. And you have to be able to control that. And CBT can definitely help you with that type of shit.
I think it does. I think it does help you in that regard, but I also think that sometimes it can hurt too. That's why I don't push things as hard, just one thing. I was talking to Chris earlier today, and dude told me he wanted to be a YouTuber, and I was like, look, man, you're going to have different avenues of income. I've been YouTubing for 5 years now. I was like, we
technically YouTubers.
Yeah, I was like, I've been and that don't mean that you automatically gonna get paid,
But that's the thing, right? They like it so much that whatever they see on YouTube, they think is because my kids, when YouTube popped up in the algorithm, they've seen our thumbnail pop up.
Yeah,
and wait a minute, Dad, you didn't tell me you was a
big
YouTuber. I was like, yeah.
Take an hour to do it.
Don't look at the views though.
Yeah.
we working on that.
We trying to get there.
Matter of fact, go ahead and click that. Let me get one more.
Yeah.
Go ahead and watch it. Just don't watch it an hour in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I'm about to get some shit off that you're not ready to hear yet. Hear this later on when I'm at an old folks home. All right, so we got that out the way.
Man, I can't remember the shit. When people try to talk to me during the week about the episode, I'm like, man, I don't remember talking about that. Can you imagine 20 years down the line, the kids listen to this shit and they be like, hey, remember this one episode?
I can't even tell you what we talked about last week, really, other than
all.
James Earl Jones. I just remember that because my mom just brought it up today. She's like, yeah, I'm trying to listen. I was like, all right. She got a lot of time right now. So, 19 ways for a healthy relationship. Now, I thought this was cool to talk about just to see how far we've come. Because if you would have asked me this shit maybe 10 years ago, I can't even tap into the psyche of where my world is, where my world was. So, first things first, you got to communicate. Where do you fall on that spectrum? Be honest.
I'm a work in progress.
You know what? So am I. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the best communicator ever. Because sometimes I am not the person that gets mad when the message doesn't get received. I'm the type of person that says, well, fuck it, I'm going to lead this shit myself. You know what I mean? Or like whether it be the relationship, whether it be waiting on somebody, whatever. I want to talk about that a little bit later on today. But my communication is, if you didn't hear me the first time, I'll do it myself. I ain't going to even really complain about it. I'm going to just leave that ace in my pocket for later, and that's unhealthy. Yeah, that's why you laugh, because know it's unhealthy.
For me, it's just all right, I got something going on. I'll deal with it. Stop the fucking.
And this is just any relationship.
Yeah.
This not even just dating relationships, even relationships with people.
So I've gotten the thing is sometimes when you're trying to improve on something, you got to take a step back before you can take more steps forward.
Okay.
So some of the things that I thought I was good at in forms of communication, like my temperament. Pretty cool, calm, and collected in whatever situation. In trying to improve my communication, I've noticed that I am a lot quicker to, I don't want to say irritation, but I'm quicker to fire off.
Yeah.
because it'll come off as I don't defend myself a lot, but it's more like, whatever. It ain't that big of a deal to me. To now when I'll defend myself over any little thing, and it'll be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I don't like it.
Like, you don't have a gear for it.
I don't like it because I just go straight there. So I'm still working on that. But the new thing I'm trying to work on with my communication as far as my kids is, I see all this stuff that the kids kind of mirror what they see, right? So they look at me and mom, and that's how they learn how to react to stuff. So if they see us quick to anger, quick, straight to yelling, this and that, that's how they're going to react when they in a weird mood.
Right.
And so I don't want to do that. But I think the way I come off, mom's a little more fiery sometimes. And so that they see that reaction and they can articulate that like, okay, this happened. This is how she reacted. Cool. And sometimes they can't really tell about my reactions because it don't look like I'm reacting.
Right.
Or it doesn't look like I'm dealing with something. So I was like, I need to be more vocal, and it sounds exhausting, but I got to be more vocal about what's happening within me to them at all times. So if something happens and they don't know, they're none the wiser because I'm just dealing with it in real time and they don't know nothing's happening. So I need to be like, hey, you know what? This is happening. This is how I feel about it, but this is how I'm reacting. So they can see, oh, you don't have to react so big about everything.
Right. You don't have to be that
But
way.
it's hard for them to mirror that if they don't understand that you're actually reacting to something because they don't see it.
Right.
And so, I'm just trying to be more vocal about that type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's important, right? Like just being vocal about like where you're at as a person, like in shaping young men and shit like that, and young women. I think that's very important, and also, we help shape their realities. We don't form it ourselves because their experiences are going to lead them to certain things. The second thing they had on here was make time to talk, listen, and acknowledge feelings. I'm really good at listening. What I'm not really good at, and I've had to been practicing this for the last 5 or 6 years, was acknowledging somebody's feelings. Like seeing like, yo, you know what? Like I said, like, right, being able to see someone's point of view from the other side. I really struggle with that, right? I'll hear somebody shitting and it was like, yo, usually, that's why y'all say old Carl, right? But I usually used to try to argue people's points just to validate mine, right? And it's like, yo, if I listen to where someone's coming from and I waited, or a really good trick is putting yourself in somebody else's shoes, right? Like on the flip side, would I enjoy that if I was them, right? And with that thought process, that changes up a lot of things for me, but I definitely will also make time to talk. You a different beast though. You a different beast because the time length that you make to talk about things sometimes, I can see where the receiver or of that communication can be on edge because you'll let 4 or 5 days go by before you can have a real talk about something. And I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? We got to get this shit off. But for you, it's not that important for you at that time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm bad in these levels as far as
I'm not saying you're bad at that.
No, acknowledging feelings and stuff like that. I think me being empathetic, or at least I think I am, I think that helps because I can easily, like, I'm quick to forgive pretty much anything because I'm always aware of like somebody's always, everybody's always dealing with something to a certain extent. And even though it doesn't make their behavior correct or, I don't have to sit there and take it and it might be disrespectful. It just more so of like, what am I really going to do about it? Give them the grace and keep it pushing. Just as long as it doesn't affect me in a negative way to where where I'm really fucked up at it and I can just kind of brush it off and be like, whatever.
Okay, next one, it says, embrace arguing occasionally. Lower your expectations of your friends and significant others. I don't know if I have any expectations that clumsy ass dude. I don't know if I have any high expectations of my significant other that I know of. Because there's a lot of things that I take care of myself. I would wonder to see if she would have the same type of expectations for me, right? On certain things. Like, yo, like if I had stopped doing some of the things that I do all the time, I wonder what she would say. Certain things that like for example, like I don't have an expectation that dinner needs to be made. Right? I don't have an expectation that she has to do certain things for me. She does them because she chooses to do them. And if she ever decided not to do them, then I'd be like, all right, well, shit. You know, if you don't want to do it, I could do it myself. But I don't have any, like, built-in expectations for her or anything like that. And then as far as arguing, we had a little spat maybe about 2 weeks ago. And that was, like, the first time that we had like, a disagreement in like 2 or 3 years. Now that I think about it, I was like,
disagreement in 2 or 3 years,
like to that magnitude where like I ain't talked to her for a day. It's been about 2 or 3 years.
I mean, I guess if you're not to that part, but when you say disagreement, I feel like you disagree with people every day. That's
yeah. Oh no. I mean, like a disagreement, like in terms of like I don't want to say arguing because we wasn't really arguing. We just disagreed on some shit and. It was kind of like, yo, the hell with you. You know, that's what happens in married couple relationships. You just say the hell with that person for a couple of days until somebody finally give in. It's hard. It's hard trying to figure out what you gonna eat. As a man, it's hard. Hey, did you like cook dinner all the time?
Did I cook dinner all the time?
Yeah. Or is it a shared experience?
I'm able to. I mean, it depends.
If we said the percentages of how many times you cook.
It's probably 80-20.
80 you?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's the other way around. So you was fronting back on them Fridays then when you was making the chopped up chicken. That was your specialty too then.
That was more so like something easy that, especially if we were hosting, if y'all was coming over or whatever and gave her the night off and it wasn't like some whatever shit, but like.
What's in your 20?
What's in my 20? I mean, it depends on like. Sometimes that 20 gets sprung on me last minute, so it's not like I had time to plan.
No, but what is in your 20? Like, what is your go-to like bag?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If
I make a mean boiled hot dog.
Yeah, if it's sprung on me, I mean, I'll be like, all right, so we doing like quesadillas or something, or you know, my grilled cheese is pretty famous, like real easy shit.
Your DNA just screams, don't put no charcoal on this shit. Everything you named is something that you ain't gotta cook all the way through.
Well, no, I mean, I can do. I mean, what I was doing like every other Friday, I was switching between chicken and turkey or whatever.
Chicken.
Well, because it's always seasoned by the time you get there.
I'd pay money to see you do that.
All right. Well, I mean, how much you just gonna pay me money to watch me?
No, that's kind of crazy. But I'm just saying, like the fact that like, because I don't think I've ever seen you chef it up. You know what I mean? Like as long as we've been friends, this is the first time I've ever thought about this. I ain't really seen you slaving it in there. It's usually something quick to go. Like, I don't even think I seen you work a grill.
Yeah, most of the time, shit, working a grill, shit, I ain't gonna lie. In the past, like, 10 years, I could probably count on one hand how many times I've been on the grill like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But it's mostly because I'm going somewhere and it's not my, like, the grill's already handled.
Right. But also, you're not holding activities that require a grill.
Yeah,
either.
Stuff like that. So it's more like just kind of circumstance.
You're like get the easy snacks for the birthday kind of guy.
Well, I mean, after those few of those birthdays, you just be like, man, I'm over this shit.
Yeah.
Y'all can take y'all some Domino's or whatever.
See, that's your goal. Every time I'm like, man, I knew they had Domino's in here today. I'm about to eat a couple of these slices, go get me something after it because I can't. Back then, I can't waste my meat day on a pepperoni. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fix yourself before you fix a relationship.
Got to
avoid fighting on who is right or wrong. Now, I have a hard time with that second one.
Yeah.
Because I need to be right.
When both of y'all have like a competitive nature, that part gets you all the time.
Get you all the way fucked up. I gotta be right in the sense that, like, fam, because she gonna keep tally. If I come up to you and say, yo, it's not about who's being right or wrong, women don't give a shit about that. In my experiences. Well, you know, they do not let that shit go. Matter of fact, I've ran into more women that had a hard time admitting that they were wrong and being able to walk away from it. They can admit to it, but still give you a little bit of attitude about it. You know what I mean? I know this sounds crazy because Jay said that her friend said that we sound like the Alpha Male podcast. But there's certain things we gotta own. In the workplace, I've had very less issues with men in 10 years of working or 10 years of working in the setting that I'm in and beyond than I've had like with women. Like I find men tend to be more nonchalant about things, especially when together.
That could be, a symptom of what we just talked about 5 minutes ago, the communication. It's just like we just brush it off or we just hold it like, you know what, I ain't even about to do that. Whereas a woman will be like, you know what, I have an issue with that and I'm going to tell you about it.
Here's a drawing the line in the sand though. Should I care?
Everybody.
I want to know what the risk is if I didn't care about like what was going on at that time, right? What is the major risk factor at this point if I just didn't give a shit about like whatever you own and talk about?
I think in a lot of situations you're gonna be absolutely correct. You should just brush that off. It's not a thing.
Like the society we live in, I feel like they be forcing you to care about shit that like it's like, yo man.
Yeah, but in some situations there's things you should care about that you'd be like, nah, I don't care about, and then you'll be like, oh, that probably affects me more than I give it credit for.
Like, okay, I'll give you a great example. So we was in the car today and a Kamala Harris like bashing ad came on. They kind of big up, Trump, and it was like Kamala Harris paid for a sex change for an inmate in California. And I was like, yo, that means something to somebody, but I was like, who?
That edit job that on the speech they gave, that shit was crazy though.
I'm Donald Trump and I approve. And you could tell it's from the rally speech too, or he was like somewhere giving a speech, and like even when she said it, I don't know where they got it from, but it's like, yo, man, I don't feel like I should be forced to care about certain things that aren't, that big of a deal. Until it affects me, right? That's the way of life, right? But at the same time, yeah, I'd rather be right. I ain't gonna even lie, and I'd rather acknowledge that because I feel like if we don't acknowledge what's right or wrong, how can you tell the difference? How could you be better at admitting, hey, look, I make a mistake or I can make mistakes? Because I feel like just letting things sweep under the rug all the time means that like I'm just letting those things go.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That's where that saying comes. Would you rather be right or happy?
I'd rather be happy. But happy doesn't come with tucking my tail.
I know, but I think a lot of what you're saying is kind of contradicted to really mean. Like, you'd rather be right sometimes than being happy. Because
what if being right makes me happy?
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, in a lot of ways, like, say you beefing with your wife and you're like, no, I'm dying on this hill. I'm right. But what it leads to in the household is going to make you less happy or even miserable. As long as it takes to clean up that beef just because you had to keep pushing it because you was right.
I just wish we could switch roles for one day then. Yo, like for real, like let's just switch. Take me out to eat. I want to eat something off of your plate. You pay for it still at the same time, right? This is gonna sound real chauvinistic right now, right? But I'm just saying, like, I want to be able to say, like, yo, let me just be right on this, or I'm gonna throw a fit. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to change the roles one time, just once. Yeah. Just let me. And then, like, if somebody spills beer on us at an event, you're gonna fight for us.
You are the prize.
Yeah. Just let me feel like that for a little bit. And then they be telling us, I hate when they be like, oh, y'all always been the prize. No, white men have. We had a small little subsection with 90s R&B and a little bit with James Brown era, and that was about it. I want that. I want that. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, hit my hand claps.
I knew you wasn't about to do all 19.
Nah, I wasn't doing all 19. Read of the week. I had this for last week, man, but I didn't get a chance to use it. We had a bunch of time on the clock.
Bullshit.
On Friday, I was on the phone with my friend, and she asked me if I wanted to hang out at 5 p.m. the next day. I said yes, but right after that, she said that she had to go and would call me back. I didn't hear back, and that evening, I called and texted her with no response. The next day, I also called and texted her with no answer. So I went to watch a movie. Since she didn't get back to me by 3 p.m. The movie began at 4. When I finished the movie, my friend has sent me angry texts. It turns out at 5:30, she texted me, asked me where she would be able to meet me at around 6. I said a movie, but that we can meet now. She yelled at me and said I'm unreliable and I took her friendship for granted. Was I in the wrong? Long story less long, friend didn't answer, went to the movies, friend hit you up, what you on? I'm at the movies. Yo, what the fuck? We supposed to go do something together.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that.
It's a tough one.
It's not.
It's a tough one because people really feel like that in this situation. I agree with you.
I don't want to be friends with people like that.
I don't either. But do you feel the another way? I'm trying to think. Has there ever been?
Here, if I'm the angry friend, I'm gonna be like, damn, we said we was gonna hang out, but I gotta acknowledge they did reach out at this time, and it took me an hour or two to hit them back. So they found something else to do. Me more than anybody in the world. Like, I understand a tight window of time to link up with somebody. It's been happening to me all week.
Of other people leaving you?
No, just more like, hey, like yesterday, I was like, oh yeah, I can. I hit him at 10 o'clock. He responded at 3:30.
Oh, like your time.
That's a long. My window's gone.
Right.
Like it takes a lot for me to get that window, and then
Would you still go somewhere without somebody? Obviously a concert, but outside of that.
I mean, if it's something we were going, like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
So like let's say if
we had tickets or whatever, and you just I'm not gonna waste the
ticket.
You
have your own tickets in your hand. Let's say we supposed to go to Soak City, your kids, my kids, or whatever. I don't answer the phone. You still going, or you gonna save the Soak City trip for another day? You obviously told them ahead of time.
Oh, if I told them, yeah, then we going.
Okay.
But I don't tell my kids shit till we pull up to the parking lot.
I don't find you to be the guy to pull off on people, though. So how much time you giving me as a grace before you dip off and leave? Say we supposed to leave at like 11 o'clock.
I mean, if that's always been the plan, and then I say, hey, we on the way or whatever, and then we pull up, it's probably not going to be until I pull up to be like, oh, he still ain't answered. I'm going to call you, ain't going to answer. I'm like, all right, well, I guess we just going to go in, and if he get here, he get here.
I'm not mad at that. Yeah, I feel like you know what? Put it to you like this. I'll give you a little window, right? If I pick you up, too, from your house and you don't come outside in 10 minutes, I'm liable to leave on that, too.
I'm triggered right now.
What?
Yo, this girl from back in...
There we go. Sometimes mindlessly what we're doing right now, like, leads to some fire, because then I start digging in the archives. Man.
This girl, I mean, it happens even when I'm pulling up here, right?
Yeah.
I'll say I'm pulling up, but I'm on a speed bumps because I know you got to get in the car, you got to do this and that. But I'm like, all right, let me get a little urgency. Man, this girl. So I'm not gonna say exactly where it was at in reference to here, but this girl I used to mess with was 5 minutes away, real quick over the bridge, real quick right there. Once I got hip to the fact that I'd be like, yo, I'm outside, and she was taking forever.
What's forever? Like 15, 20?
Like sometimes 25, 30.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of long. If I could watch a whole show, like a 30-minute sitcom.
And half the time my car's still running because I'm like, oh, she going to be out in a minute.
Lost about 4 miles in idle.
And yeah.
You look at your mind.
and then I turn the car off and then she want to pop out. I'm like, all right, now I'm irritated, right? And so it got to the point where, I mean, it was never that serious. It was more convenience.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to lie. She was 5 minutes away. It was Wednesday. And
yeah, but turning it into a drive to Del Mar is crazy.
Drive to Del Mar?
30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
She 5 minutes away.
So I would be leaving my driveway and say, yo, I'm here.
And you still wait about...
And I'd still wait about 10 minutes.
That's not bad.
What do you mean that's not bad?
I mean, it's not bad that you figured it out.
That's infuriating.
I would have just said right when I got out the shower, I'm good. Took my 15 to get dressed, and then, where you at? Oh, I stopped off at the... I'm one of those, though.
And it's not even one of those, like, one time I said it, and she popped out on time, and she said, no, she had no idea. And then she'd be like, why is it such a big deal that you were waiting? And I'm like, it's fucking rude. It's not even like you said, oh, give me a minute. You just don't say nothing.
Right, at all. Nah, you know what? You're right. Mike is like that. And I'll just say it like that because we don't know what Mike we talking about. He gonna listen to this. He about to fire off 100 tech. But fucking Mike, anytime I used to go pick Mike up, this motherfucker be like, hey, you want to come inside? No, motherfucker. Like, I'm ready. It's 9 o'clock. We supposed to be somewhere like in 10 minutes. Hey, man, you want to come inside? Nah, man, I don't want to come inside. You want something to drink? Motherfucker, go get dressed, man. So I had to start, and, you know, Mike originally used to live like maybe about like 3 miles or 2-3 miles from here. So I would call Mike before I left, and then he still wouldn't be ready. So I know. And to add to that, though, again, he'll say, hey, man, you want to come in? I'll go in a few times. Motherfuckers still ain't even taking a shower yet. Like yo, man. So you're right. It is rude. Like it definitely is rude.
And so one time, like I gave her the warning. I said, yo, I pulled up. I waited 5 minutes, and I already said I was here. 20 minutes ago. Right. Be outside. I waited 5 minutes, and I got the irritation. I said, you know what? Not tonight. I said, yo, it's 8:03. At 8:09, I'm gone.
Did she hit you back?
8:09 came. I dipped.
What time she call you at?
I got about 4 minutes down the road. Where you at? Did you not read the message? Oh, you're serious. Am I there right now? Hung up the phone. She must have been texting herself all night. I can't believe it. And I was just like, swoop, swoop, swoop.
Came back later on, though, huh? They always take us back in that regard.
Oh, I thought you meant did I go back?
No, not that. You went back a different day, though.
Yeah, I went back a different day. I wasn't worried about that. You weren't going nowhere.
Yeah, we always try to send a message. It's sick. The sick things.
That ain't sending a message, man. It's like, you got why am I treating you like a child right now?
I mean, I feel you. Absolutely, I feel you.
And it's not like you did this and I got irritated and was like, oh, I'm leaving. This has been like months and months of you doing the same shit.
They always expect for you to act reasonable about that shit, too. Like, yo, fam, I'm not about that. That's what really be fucking with me.
I thought I was being reasonable.
No. In their mind, they want you to be reasonable and lending credence to them. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's just odd to me, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I don't think that person is wrong. I'm not waiting on nobody, especially at my age with my kids and shit. Only people I wait for is my kids and my wife at this point, and for you, your kids, so it's like, I don't expect for you to wait for me in any regard.
Look, expectations, that's what gets people upset when people start having expectations. That's what we were talking about like 10 minutes ago. Yeah. People, relationships. Anyone who's ever really hurt like that, it's because they set an expectation that you wasn't living up to, and they're having an issue dealing with it.
Speaking of like meeting and not meeting expectations, I wanted to ask you this. Have you ever we're going to have a little fun, and I want you to be honest with me, okay? Don't lie, and I'll tell the truth too, because I haven't answered this. I had to think about it right when you were saying this. Have you ever used a fake profile pic on the dating app?
No.
Shout out to you being honest.
To be fair, I mean, I probably wouldn't have done it anyway, but because I missed the whole era, I don't know how I would have done it if I did it at that age.
I wasn't trying to look like anyone sexy. I just didn't want anybody to recognize me on there. That's what it was.
Yeah.
More than anything. So it wasn't like, here's some dude with 6-pack abs or whatever. I got a dude that was close to me. And then I actually told the truth when it happened. It wasn't like on no catfish shit where I let like months go by. I just that ain't my real photo. Let me show you this. And each time I've done it, the person's been cool. I
tried to get somebody close to me.
Yeah. You try to get somebody get that off real quick. I've definitely gotten that off though.
Each time I did it,
I did about 2 or 3 times. Man, look, I lived a real nasty life when I was in Fresno. Oh, it was a real nasty life. I'm so glad that I've grown up. Like, it was bad, but it was probably like twice. One of them, I did tell my Latin King story here before, I believe, right? Yeah, that was one of the ones you gotta like hide your photo because I didn't know she would ever see me again. Yo, talk about my brother's on the couch. He's a Latin Kings gang member. All right, let me get the fuck up out of here. My name's Edward. By the way,
Still be.
I did. There's some other circumstances I didn't tell her that story that I won't tell you on the mic. But man, I'm glad I'm better. Glad I'm doing better. Hit my hand claps. Shows to watch. I've been getting back into The Old Man, and it's one of those things where it's kind of slow. I did watch the first season. I enjoyed the first season. I want to say the lead actor, he had like cancer or something like that, so that's why it took a while for it to come back on TV. But it's a little slow. And because I'm already invested in the first season, or I was already invested in the first season, I don't mind it being slow for build up and like really taking their time in and getting in depth in the story. So I say all that to say that like I'm gonna let a few episodes like build up in the tank. But the first 3 were amazing because I watched them all at the same time. So if you guys haven't got a chance to see it, it's The Old Man on FX. We did bring it up, I want to say a couple of years ago on this pod. when we had it, but I didn't know it came back until like it was just on my TiVo one day. So that looked good. I'm glad I didn't take him on the under. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm really glad I didn't take it. I saw that and I was like, yeah, that's one of those stats I want to stay away from because watch them like trick it off and not hold to their rushing shit.
That's what we do, man.
It is what it is.
What we do.
What shows you got?
Man, I've been finishing up a lot of shit we already talked about, right? So I'm about to finish Presumed Innocent. I'm about to finish Dark Matter. I'm about to finish.
What episode are you on, Dark Matter?
Like 8.
Oh, it's still good at that point. It is.
Yeah, he just sealed the box.
Yeah. Like that. It's still good at that point.
It's trying to finish the Menendez shit.
Oh, they opened. I think there's a judge gonna look into the case now.
Yeah, I heard about that. Kardashian trying to get them freed.
Look, man,
she one of them.
It's one of those ones where it's like, yo, they've been in jail for so long.
Just go ahead and let them out.
No, I think that they believe whatever the fuck they thought, whether it was wrong or not. We don't get to hear their parents' side of the story. I don't know, and I can't remember enough about it. I watched a few docs, but I don't remember if there was any documentation with police and other stuff that there was like domestic disputes going on or anything like that, or even family friend testimony of those things.
And then they just started a brand new season of Love is Blind. And I watched the first episode.
The UK joint?
No, there's a brand new American one. I just finished the UK. I finished the UK one.
I can't get into it.
The UK one was kind of mid.
Look, cultural values really play a point in my shit. And so, like, I feel like when they started talking about certain things, I'm like, yo, that's not dope in America. Like,
I don't think that was too bad. It was just like, I need somebody to, like, really turn some shit up, and I think there might be one of these dudes on this new one that just came out like yesterday.
Was it dull?
What, UK?
No, I thought you were talking about the American one.
The American one, I just saw the first episode last night, and one of these dudes, all the girls are trying to, he's just a smooth talker, this and that.
It's bad with 3 of them. Like, wait.
No. They're just trying to call him out on this shit, but he's so smooth that this one girl is like, yeah, I know. But when she get in the room, she's like,
what is he, black, white?
He's white.
Ooh.
But actually, I think she came to her senses, and here's what happened. She got all them hating assholes in the room, got in her head, right? So she stayed strong.
Which one did he really like, her?
He wanted her.
Blocking it. Look how your homegirls.
He was like, blessings. Hey, and he was like really on it. And the thing is, like, I understand why they say he talks smooth, but I was like, you know what? I think he's pretty genuine though.
Right.
He laid it out for her, and she said, you know what? There's just something about it, and I hate that there's something about it, but there is, so I can't move forward. And he was like, all right, I wish you the best. Soon as she walked into that room, she was like, yeah, I did this and that. And then the dude, her other option that she was like, that's the one who I want to go for. This other girl pops in, oh yeah, me and blah, blah, blah. That's my number one. And he said this and that. She said, fuck. And she instantly regretted it.
Now you can't go back. They got to the shit that fast?
That was episode 1. No, that was just their first few dates. By the end of the first episode, like 3 people will always be saying I love you and shit.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I'd be wondering how long you got to be locked in a room with someone for you to figure out if you love them or not.
Yeah, even when they
After
get to
watching the show, though,
even when they get to that point, when they be moving on, I'll be like, when they be getting all mad, I'm like, bitch, I don't know you.
That should take me back to nostalgia though, like being on the phone and your mom telling you to hang up that phone.
Like, I think when you're locked in with no distractions for 8 hours a day with somebody, I think you can really break someone down. You can really get to know them, and you can develop a genuine love for that person. But no matter how locked in you might be, there's, I don't even want to say it's underrated. Like, you need some amount of time to want to keep that longevity, to see if you could stay that locked in, or at least grow in a direction to stay locked in enough to sustain something like something as long and marathon like as a marriage. Like, yeah, the core of you, I love it and all this and that, but I don't know how long you can sustain that. You over here on a show 2 weeks, you ain't got no work you worried about, you ain't got no distractions, all that's great, the core of you, but that ain't real life. And then you leave and immediately go to Greece or somewhere, and y'all hang out for a week, and that's cool. But then you got to come
with
back.
A seltzer for 4 days.
Yeah,
that ain't real life.
That ain't real life. And I'm sure it was amazing then. And then you get the new thing, like, okay, you met my family, this and that. And then things start chipping away. And you're like, oh, shit.
Then you got to go see somebody's house. I remember one dude brought a girl in. He had pissed in the toilet the whole time. He was... I was like, yo, he out here living foul, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I think when you get on them shows, it's easy. Like, that's where I think about, like, it's so easy to love the best of me, but, like, you really got to love the rest of me, and you can't really see that. And what does the show do? Like, 1 month before you married? Like, from top to bottom?
Right,
you can't do that.
Money.
You can't do that.
That shit's so hard, too. Shout out to anybody that ever did that show and is, like, still married now, though.
Yeah, some people seem to be making it, and that's cool and all, but
I think it's indicative of real life.
Yeah, any two people can make it work if they work at it, and it's tough. I just don't see I watch the show for the entertainment value when I'm like, man, this person's really mad. Like, you don't really know each other like that.
Yeah, I also feel like they be talking about, like, ambitions and shit like that. Like, even though you're talking about ambitions and whatnot, it's like, bro, like talk to me about the shit that you actually doing right now. Right? Like, oh, I just want to do this and I want to do that and I really want... It's like, bro, you keep telling me this shit. Let's talk about the shit that's holding you back from doing what you want to do. What is that? That's just me, though. I don't know. But based on the way that the conversation is going right now, don't look like we will ever be a part of that show if we even had the opportunity, right? I'm not saying that I would do it, but I'm just... or that me and my wife ain't going to make it, but I'm just saying, nah, ain't going to happen. Anything else you got? Oh, did you hit my hand claps a long time ago, huh? Oh, no. We were still talking about shows to watch. Any other shows you got?
Because it's taking me so long to get through them, I gotta hold off on what I got.
Yeah, I mean, I actually stopped watching that Aaron Hernandez shit, too. Like, I didn't
even started that.
I can't do it, man. It ain't for me.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's too... I almost said, like, you can tell she ain't here because I just almost let some shit fly. But she might have been like...
she gonna have to get you. That's like, she key on or anything. Yeah. But okay, I'll say it for what it is.
It's too gay.
Yeah,
it makes you uncomfortable
without knowing that. Like, stop bringing that. Like, that's part of his like big eternal struggle, and that's why he's so mad. I'm sure. Like, it came out at the end, but people that were close to him were like, yo, from what I remember reading up on it, like from the critics and everyone, it's like, yo, we don't remember that part of his life or like these things being in this much detail.
Yeah, they're trying to romanticize it a little too much.
Yeah.
Because that's what TV, like, what was we talking about in the group chat a couple weeks ago? My bad to cut you off, but Mark was like, you can't see there's no sitcoms where it's like, oh, this is an all black family, this is an all whatever family. Every show is hella diverse in all ways, and it's like that's what TV is now.
Oh, because I
don't see the representation.
I said we don't see the big family reunions anymore like we used to. Really, I only saw 2 family reunions over the summer. But you're right, like the TV. He was saying that even the fact that like TV is diverse and like multicultural, like, and I believe that. The things that the whites were afraid of, 40 years ago, which was the mixing and shit like that of like peoples, like, people being of like other ethnicities, is that like you're gonna start to lose culture at some point. You know what I mean? Like and the internet, I think, also adds to that because we all laugh at the same shit now.
Yeah, everything's globalized. But I don't think white people are worried about losing.
No, they were worried about losing.
They're losing like superiority.
Yeah, of whites.
I think everyone else is worried about losing culture by mixing with the whites.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
I'm not a mixture of the whites, but yeah, man, I don't know. I thought about that the other day too. I was like, man, there was a time where I would find some, Caucasian skin women or white skinned women to be attractive.
Paige and Dr. Umar.
But I feel like I don't know, as I've gotten older, like I do tend to go with like darker skin. I even like dark skinned black women. Like, and that's very like. I was gonna say some shit too, even though she's not here. But it's the truth, right? Because any men that I talk to, it's fucking sad. But I've always, found the beauty in darker skinned women. Versus saying like, oh, I like light skinned girls with curly hair and all that. That was what the music was telling you. If anybody that listened to B2K and shit like that. But I do find, and what's crazy too, is that my wife actually like gives love and respect to women that are dark skinned too. And it's like, she's like, oh, she's beautiful. Now, the one that she might be picking out for me ain't for me. But I was like, yo, the fact that you're saying that, hey, bless you. And the fact my daughter's about as dark as me and her mom is the same color as these damn couches. So, these jeans run strong right now. I'm saying this couch.
I think you're putting dubs on both sides of that equation.
This couch right here. My daughter's dark as hell.
She's lighter than you, and your wife is darker than that. I think you just put a little bit. You put a little.
My wife is darker than this.
I think so.
All right, look. You went
about the double take a little bit darker, and
my daughter's definitely darker than this shade right here.
Yeah, she is. But I'm saying she's not. You said she's as dark as you, and I think it's a little exaggeration.
What used to fuck me up was my mom telling me she was dark skinned.
She gonna have some problems out there.
You would tell me that shit. I
know that colorism is running rampant.
I'd be looking at her and I'd be like, you know what? I don't think you with me and my dad. Like, I don't think so. I got whatever Thorpe got. I got those, man. So, hand claps one more time, just so I know, man. We doing quick and easy today. Without Jay here, I feel like the emotional aspect of our podcast. Like,
well, there's also
don't worry about it.
There's also a game
Don't
on.
do that. Fun facts. You blink about 20 times per minute. This keeps your eyes moist and clean. If you wear... Hey, did you get contacts?
No.
You just ain't been wearing your glasses?
I don't wear them with the headphones on.
Oh, okay. Oh, they were over there. Okay. I thought those...
Every week.
Sometimes they look like they my mom shit. That's why, I never know up in here.
You gotta hold that, big dog.
Positive relationships boost life expectancy. Strong social connections can increase your lifespan. The group chat really saved you. Like this form of group chat too, because them little BlackBerry group chats, we would all gave up during those times. It's way more organized right now. Group chat saved me too, though, especially during the pandemic. But I try to stay social, and you know what? You make an effort too. Especially you dedicate your hour during your lunchtime to do that. But I've never seen anyone that was alone have a long ass life expectancy.
Yeah, because I feel like even if you don't really notice it, if you're used to it, it gives you a reason to like especially right now, we get up because you're like, hey, I'm a provider. I got to make something happen because I got X amount of people to take care of.
Or eat better.
Yeah, and it's like I got to be around. Like
exercise.
All these decisions are because I got people that rely on me. If you alone, you're like, shit, ain't nobody worried about me.
That's what they need to say then in here, because I agree with that. That's probably what they found, like in the research, was that people tend to take care of themselves better when they know that someone is depending on them. Because even right now, it's like positive relationships. It's not saying like relationships like with one other person. It can be like a healthy relationship with your daughter, or a healthy That's kind of like what's going on in that old man show, where like bro is like 70-something, 75. He should be retired. He out here whooping ass, showing grown man strength, beating up these fucking 25-year-olds because he got something to fight for, which is his daughter.
I mean, it may or relationship with
You think your life would be different if you didn't have your kids and everything else still remain the same? Have you thought about that?
I might still be lit out here. Yeah, I mean, it'd be different, but I'm not exactly sure. I think there's a lot of me that would have stayed the same anyway.
Yeah.
Bums, man. But yeah, you think about some of these people. Like I work with these doctors, and one of them, he said straight up, because like, dog, like you're like 95, like what are you doing? Like you're at the point where I don't even trust you making these doctor ass decisions right now.
That's how I felt about my dentist.
And he's like, he's like, it keeps me, it keeps me going. It keeps me waking up. Right, as soon as he retired, he died like a year later. Like,
so he gone.
Yeah, he gone. R.I.P. And even
I wonder what forced him to retire in his 80s, or was he legit 90?
He was 95 for real.
Oh, wait, what? I feel like you would.
And he wasn't no like chump. Like he was walking the Mission Valley streets too, and I was like, oh, he wasn't taking elevators, stairs all the time. Like he was out here, and I think about, because especially if you don't have those positive relationships, then that relationship might be with your career or something like that.
Yeah.
I think about my pops, or my brother's pops. Like he was a fireman for 36 years. As soon as he retired, he was dead within 2 or 3.
Like
and he was young.
Yeah.
right? But he felt like he didn't have much else, and it kind of reflected. He missed a whole wide open wheel route. That's crazy.
Do you think that you could retire? How do you think you would handle retirement if that came?
Well, right now, I think I'd handle it beautifully because I have plenty of stuff to do and plenty of hobbies and plenty of things I can. Like I right now, my life is constant search of bandwidth because of what I have already. Some people's like, this is all I got, so I put everything into it, right? So yeah, 35. If I could retire, sounds great. Now, as I age and my kids age and they get more independent, they don't need me as much.
You talked about that recently?
I'm sure it'd be more difficult. No, the goal is to make your kids as independent as possible. Let me try to word it. The goal is to make your kids not need you, but still want you around anyway.
Right.
And at this point, I'm not going to know if that's the thing until they get to that age. So. But yeah,
if they said that they wanted to relocate and live on the East Coast, would you move?
I mean, I can't.
Like one with the Texas, one with the New Jersey. You just gonna keep here home base?
Yeah, I would probably say because I feel like any other scenario that's been brought up for this, I've said no, I'm trying to stay here. But shit, after this past couple years, I have no idea what the fuck. I might be saying yes.
You might be open to a few things, huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I asked my wife that, but I mean, we went to that tournament, a month or so ago. It was so fucking hot. I was like, look, we can't live nowhere where it's like extremely hot. Like this is only gonna get worse when we get older, and that's why I went and bought that AC announced. Cause I was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna need it.
Extreme patterns, extreme hot, extreme cold, and we're seeing it in California now. It's literally here. Once you leave here. It's like what 105 in LA, 113. It's like as you go up.
Yeah.
And that's still Southern California.
LA's so big though too that like what they count as the county is so far from the beach though too.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. All right. Like it's literally here.
Music can reduce pain perception. It can act as distracting and help lower anxiety.
Yeah.
You heard that previously before?
Yeah, there's music therapy. There's a lot of stuff out there.
So,
and
is there ever a time where you like put in some classical shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like pianist?
I've tried that just to see if it was a reaction, but then I get like so caught up in like I have so much music that I gotta listen to that I'm not really, you know what I mean?
It don't grab you?
But at most, like I've had like we're trying to get the kids ready, like when we're going to their game, we're like, hey, what song do you want to hear to kind of get hyped up?
Yeah.
And I remember I used to kind of have that too, where that's the only time I was like really repeating shit like that. Like, let me, repeat some music. This is my football song or this is my basketball song. And, or people have like, oh, this is my gym music because their body is reacting. I'm hyped up. I can do a little bit more production wise when it comes to the gym. It's
crazy because I actually I watch battle rap and I only watch it at the gym when I'm on the treadmill. Or the
no beats.
No beats.
Woo!
But like the way they do it is like this grand production, and I know it's only 25 minutes, no commercials. That like I can fare the last 5 on my own.
I ran my half marathon to a 2-hour Ice Cube interview.
Yeah, that's a little different though. Like I need like battle rap helps with my imagination.
And that was it because when you're lifting weights, you need more of that whatever.
No, when you're
doing a long distance run, it's cool to be locked in and just kind of focused on someone talking.
I never did that.
I don't need like some heart pumping like raced up shit because I got to run for 2 hours. This ain't no sprint.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. Music doesn't do it for me anymore. Like in the gym. Like, I'll watch battle rap, and then I'll listen to a podcast when I lift.
I mean, yeah, I'm not one to talk, because I fuck to, like, shoot 'em up, bang, bang, we selling hella keys off the sidewalk type of shit. I can, yeah.
What do? Put the phone in the cup?
I'm just saying, like...
Put the phone in the cup. And a red Solo at that too. It's not one of those tall clear glasses you get from Target. You know what I'm talking about. Every household got one of those at one point. Reading improves empathy. It helps you understand others' emotions and experiences.
Sure.
Don't know anything about that too much. Nature walks reduce stress. Spending time in green spaces can lower cortisol levels.
Yeah, I be telling my therapist this. Well, maybe not this one, but like my older ones. Like the shit y'all be telling me to do, like I be doing it all day. I'd be afraid of who I'd be if I didn't do this shit all day. Like you're thinking I need like, oh, your life is in chaos, so you need to do this, and that. I'm like, yo, I do all of this. Imagine how I would be if I didn't take these proactive steps myself.
Right.
It'd be insane.
Let me ask you this. What do you think, what sense do you have that helps you identify memories more? It's not a question of like preference or anything. I mean, it's a question of preference rather than me filling in the blank on something. What sense do you associate the most? Sense, right? Is it thought, sight, smell? Well, thought isn't really a sense, right? But it's smell, sound.
I mean, it's gonna be all of them to a certain extent. Like you could walk in, you could smell something. You be like, oh, that reminds me of fucking cleaning the house on Saturday morning. Yeah. You can walk in wherever and be like, oh, this reminds me of Thanksgiving, and it's fucking, October, whatever. And you can see some shit.
Oh, you
obviously,
got me in the bag.
you know what I mean? Or hearing some shit all the time, because I'll be hearing shit like, where do I know this sound from? Or obviously my intros. I hear some and I'm like, where is this coming from? And then it takes me a minute and I go down the rabbit hole and I'm like, all right, and I put it together.
Smell is the strongest sense for triggering memory, sense, and can evoke powerful recollections.
Probably because because smell is also tied so much into taste that without it, you're not tasting shit the same.
Thanksgiving, what do you smell?
Where am I at?
Your house.
Like my house now or like my mom's house?
Your mom's house.
Smelling gravy.
Oh shit. That's the most powerful scent y'all got coming out of here?
Probably.
Holy shit. The casserole ain't be hitting. The casserole ain't hitting.
Nah, man, the dressing is just out the box.
That's
crazy.
like an oniony smell in my household. The dressing. What does Christmas smell like?
Same
smell?
Christmas is just Thanksgiving with presents.
That is true. That is.
It's the same exact meal.
Although I get more immediate family or family you haven't seen all the time.
I'm talking about smells.
No, I'm saying, but you said like it's Christmas, but I'm saying like who actually shows up there is like a little bit different. Like I've never seen you on a Christmas except for Aunt's birthday. That'd be the only time I see, but I've seen you on plenty of Thanksgivings. Yeah. So sometimes the personnel changes. What smell do you associate with middle school?
Middle school?
Yeah.
Ooh, middle school.
Middle school for me is
middle school and high school are the same thing.
It's the musty locker rooms.
There's the musty locker room. Okay, yeah, because if we just talking about smell, then yeah, I guess that's fair.
Elementary school, I can smell that bullshit ass pizza they was cooking, and being excited about it because it was better than all the other shit we normally would get.
Yeah, I would say school. I'm probably more associated with taste. And that's that distinct taste of that water coming out the fountain. Nothing hit like it. It hits better than the hose. If you get the right fountain, you be like, yo, this is the best water I've ever tasted.
I was just telling her, remember, like, I wonder if kids even say this shit anymore. Like, say something for the fishes.
Yeah.
Or, like, come on, man, you take it too long.
Yeah, tapping someone on the back of the shoulder at the water fountain. I ain't never seen that.
Or just knowing that the spray was low and somebody putting their lips on it and you just killing them for it. And I'll tell you what,
I'm walking away from that one.
You said what?
I'm walking away from that fountain. I ain't drinking out of that shit.
That and the calcium deposits being on there too.
just because I didn't see them do it, someone throughout the day or the week has done that, and I'm still. But I have to be able to see it. Otherwise, I'm gonna be cool. Like,
how do you feel about park drinking fountains?
At 35, I'm not drinking from no fountain.
But I might at the park, like Roar.
No.
Okay.
But I might.
Because I've seen people like they big ass German shepherds jump up in there and start licking the bowl. I'm like, fam, I'm
that's
good.
why they made those short little fountains for. So you kick the little button.
Too late. That shit's been lit.
But nah, at a middle school, I might think twice. I might tap that. I might tap the water bottle fountain.
Oh, okay. Wait. Nah, I can't do that. nah, these kids is nasty. Now that I'm older and I get to watch what we did at that age, like this, constantly got their fingers in their mouth, licking shit or whatever. I'm not touching none of that.
It's an experience thing and just wisdom, right? Because I remember when I was like 20, which not that old, but it's old enough to where I was. It's been long enough period of time when I was like, oh, when I was 12, between like 11 to 13, I skateboarded. And I was doing all that shit. And then at 20, still young, fresh legs, all that stuff, I'm walking down just a little two-step, like, damn, I used to jump off of this shit with a skateboard? That's fucking insane. And it was only 2 little stairs. Oh. Why would anybody do this?
Can you clear a fence right now?
Yeah, I've cleared a fence. I cleared a fence last week.
Why?
Actually, I kind of didn't.
Why the fuck are you clearing fences?
Because I was trying to get on the field. I was chain gang. And I had to get on the field.
That's of all the jobs you signed up for?
That's the only one available to get me on the field.
So you wait.
I wasn't trying to count.
How long you been doing chain gang?
I just did it that one time.
Oh, okay.
But
it changes.
Well, it's only on road games, and last week I would have did it, but I was late to signing up. Normally they're searching for someone to do it, and this time they didn't. I'd much rather do that than sit on the opposite team's roster and count how many plays every player's done until everybody gets their 12. And plus, I want to feel like I'm contributing, like I'm not getting voluntold to do anything. So if I volunteer first for the easy shit, then I ain't got to worry about, them being like, well, you ain't never did this, you ain't never did that. And, some families, I think, get looked at like that.
You wear a little uniform?
Especially, nah.
You don't have to wear like a little orange suit? Vest?
No, especially if we not, contributing to like the team dinners on Thursday.
Oh, you not doing that?
We haven't done it yet, but I feel like we do so much else that we're not really getting looked at like, oh, they ain't paid for no dinner before. Cause shit, we do a lot of other shit.
Trying to get out of it. Okay.
And I know that's how she feel too. So I know we on the same page about that.
Oh, cause like the other parents don't be doing shit.
Some of them be doing, but like we do shit all the time. Consistent. Not to mention me just being an unofficial coach.
Some tell me you was gonna find a way to finagle that anyway. You don't want to pay for the team. Hey, look where you drew the line at the justification.
And now I feel like it's too late, right? Because like some of these parents, like a lot of these families are well off. The dinners they be catering to us like, oh, this is legit.
Oh, okay.
Like we had a full on like taco shop.
Matter of fact, they probably like, yo, I envy them. How do they even do it?
Like, and someone already took the Costco pizza option early, and I was like, "Damn!" Like, if we got called up, that might have been it right there.
I mean, but it's only so many weeks, so there's only so many families. Look at you doing the math. He's sick.
We got like 6 more to go. I think
he's a sick man. I didn't think we would make it this far. Go ahead. I got one more, and then we out of here.
Bullshit, man. Make us stop. Oh.
Current events. AI agents, also known as bots, go beyond the chatbots that have been come to define the current generative AI age. They don't just answer questions, summarize text, and create content. They can actually go out into the digital universe and go do things on our behalf. That could be dating, making a reservation, and buying an outfit. Or office work like answering customer calls or whipping up marketing campaigns. Last month, Microsoft, Salesforce, Workday, and ServiceNow all announced AI workspaces. How you feeling right now about these last days? One, the whole dating thing, right? I thought about that, right? I was like, yo, man, I'm so glad that I'm not outside in this era because the bots is smart. The bots is real good. All you gotta do is hit up Cox and have a problem and use the assistant. They gonna talk to you like there's a real agent back there.
I get hit up a couple times a week through text message for some recruiter trying to get me a part-time job that makes $300 an hour.
What do you do? Yeah, like a sperm bank?
I don't know. It depends on how much time I got. If I have a minute, I'll go back and forth with them.
Be careful with that link though. You should be.
No, I don't click no links. They're literally texting me. Or they'll say something like, "Oh, is this whatever? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't. I thought I must have the wrong number. Oh, while I got you on the phone, what's up with you? You looking for any hot singles in the Chula Vista area?"
I went to Tesla today, and the dude was like, "Oh, we don't use your information here at Tesla. It's one of the things we pride ourselves in." And I'm sitting up here like, this dude's full of shit, man. He's over here telling me that, they don't do this. Anytime Tesla get into a bad spot, bro, you about to be selling my fucking information.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit. It's crazy how people are sheep sometimes, man, to be believing that. No way, Jose.
I almost fucking fumbled that shit.
No way, Jose. How would you feel about like a dating app? Like, say if you went on a dating app and it was like you had an assistant, you can knock out the first 45 minutes in the date and give you a little tab of like her favorite color is this. This is what she did when she was like, this is her favorite memory growing up. Both her parents were in her life. Like if it gave you all the stat sheets, like it knew you. That
kind of takes away from dating experience, no?
Yeah, we're there now.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
you said experience shit. You have to me it'd be insane. You know where the curbside pickup to me was when we were kids? Fucking going to the Navy Exchange and those dudes at the grocery store taking your shit out to the basket. That's what I remember curbside pickup did look like. Like that was the best thing you would see. Other than that, you had to walk to go in places. So now, shit, I was inside of Dick's today. Pause. I was inside of Dick's today. Glad she not here. I just realized that these are words that I have not been saying on the mic recently. But I went into Dick's today and I clicked, I'm here, and I'm hearing the thing go bing. Then the guy's like, have you been helped? I was like, yeah, I checked in. He was like, all right, let me check it. I was like, I could have just told him this. Like, why don't they have like a fucking countertop that says customer service? And I was like, yo, man, I'm just here to do my order pickup because I didn't feel like walking in the store looking for this shit.
They gonna get there.
I don't know. I know the little autonomous cashier things are gone though because too much theft been happening. When the budget get a little tight.
You're welcome.
You was walking.
Bringing jobs back.
You're good. You're
Bringing
good.
jobs back. Thumb on a scale.
They gonna replace. You know what? This job right here could replace you. Buzzworthy words. I think.
Probably.
Yeah. See, look. I'm sick because I even need to work a job that need me. I gotta work a job that needs me.
He's got some human touch.
Yeah. 3 cheers. Anything you got? Keep it nice, short, and sweet today. No J.
I really don't. Especially what's about to happen. I'm about to be fired up in like 37 seconds.
Nah, that's all good.
Piss the fuck off. God,
we got another hurricane coming, I think. There's one that...
Who's we?
The United States.
Okay. We don't have shit coming.
Nah, the United States does though. I think there's one that just finally turned into one like off the Florida little coast. So, I mean, they keep saying that I think the body count for Helene is like 200. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, it's hurricane season as we speak. Hopefully it all goes well. Well wishes everyone. If anyone knows anyone that's on that side, check in with them. Make sure they got shelter and everything. I'm sure all public modes of transportation to get out of there is gonna be crazy. All right, we out.